Welcome to a place where the mysterious becomes the unforgettable. This metaphysical journey explores hauntings, UFOs, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, and everything the paranormal world has to offer. Each week, guests from around the globe share their expertise, experiences, and mind-bending encounters. This is the Paranormal Voice.
And it is that Sunday night again, and I thank everybody who's joining me right now. Thank you guys so much. I miss you guys. Been off for the last couple weeks, kind of doing a little bit of mental health recheck and getting myself, it is always important to make sure you take care of yourself and to do the things that is important to you. So that is exactly what I've been doing. It's not that I did not want to be on the Paranormal Voice talking to you guys, because I do love that very much. And you guys do pump me up all the time. So I do appreciate everybody who's always checking in on me, seeing how I'm doing, see what's going on. So I do appreciate everybody. So yes, and oh look who's already in the workshop. We got the man himself, Mr. Richie B. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love that guy. He's so amazing. And if you're not already subscribed, go over check out Banter with Richie B with Wojo. And of course, our tonight's guest, she is out there with Richie B as well. So, guys, go over to check those guys out. They are one of the most. I love their podcast because it's so hands on. It's so moving forward to what those guys are doing over there. So go and check it out, because you never know when they're going live from being out in the woods. I'll tell you, it's some crazy shit out there. I'm glad it's Richie and Wojo and them being out in the woods, because I'm not going to be out in those woods at any time soon. But with that being said, before I bring on my guest, guys, I got something exciting to announce. As you all know, I am going to be a guest speaker at this year's Ascension Con, the first annual Ascension Con. I'm so looking forward to being a part of this event. You can actually grab your tickets now. Tickets are on for sale. The event itself, like if you just want to come and listen to the speakers, it is an absolutely free event to come and just listen to the speakers, take in all the day's festivities. But they do have a VIP dinner happening August 14th, the day before. You can come down, you can have a VIP dinner with all the speakers. We have some amazing speakers. Just let me grab that real quick, and then I will talk about it. So yeah, we have, of course, the beautiful host, Majila. I always get her name. Mackenzie. We have RJ DeRoos. We have his beautiful wife, Deb DeRoos. She's going to be there. And of course, we have the She Squatchers are going to be on board, Jen. And Jen and Jenna are going to be there. And of course, Jason Kenzie, another really big Bigfoot hunter who's out there doing a lot. We've got Ronnie LeBlanc, of course, from Expedition Bigfoot and all of his amazing books. We have from Paranormal State, we have Heather Taddy's going to be there. We have right from Michigan, we have from the MI Paracon, there's Brad Blair's going to be there. We have Deb Cobble's going to be there. Of course, one of my favorite is going to be there, Brian Danhausen. And of course, a couple that we all truly love, two people who are truly special, who I love dearly. We have Tim and Lauren from Potographs are going to be there. They're going to be talking. And of course, to top it all off, we have the paranormal rock star going to be there himself, Dustin Perry. So, guys, it is well worth the price to come on down, hang out with us for a weekend. A lot of amazing things. And for all you Bigfoot lovers, Saturday night, after the talks are all done, you are going to have the opportunity to go out and on a Bigfoot hunt with Ronnie LeBlanc, the She Squatzer, and of course Jason Kenzie and RJ. They are all taking everybody out to do a little bit of Bigfoot hunting out there. So there we go. That is an absolute exciting part. So I'm looking forward to that. So once again, AscensionCon coming up August 14th, 15th. So come on down, check it out. Go over to Mama Mary, thesacredcode.com, and you can get all the ticket information. Everybody who's going to be there. It's going to be an exciting event. So I look forward to seeing everybody out there. It's, like I said, so honored to be a part of such an amazing event. And with that, let's get right back into our show here. So, everybody, my guest that I'm bringing out here tonight, we've had her on the show once before. She is truly an amazing, and she has grown so much with her presence out on the internet world. She's unleashed. She is the woman who is responsible for our brand new introduction, and I could not have been more happy when she agreed to do our new intro. Had to spice it up a little bit, not that I didn't love the Scooby-Doo cartoon that everybody loved. That was truly amazing, and I thank the people who created that. But it's 5 years that we've been doing this podcast now, so I thought it was time to shake it up a little. And I seen all the amazing work that my guest has done tonight with all of her little i- short films and her other. She's done other intros to other shows, so I got out there. I talked to her, and she was more than happy to do it. And I was so excited. I was like a kid on Christmas morning when she agreed to do that, and I couldn't wait to see what she produced. So, without further ado, let's get this lovely lady out there. Let me get my ugly mug off the screen. You have to see me enough. You don't need to see any more of that. But guys, let's bring her out. She is not only part of Sam's Pretty Paranormal. She is also part of the Richie B network, and she is also a really close good friend. Let's welcome Sam, better known as Cornbread.
Yes, cornbread mofo.
I love that, and
Oh,
I got told that this is your nickname, and I had to say it, and I was like chuckling. I'm like cornbread, and I had to put all the connections together.
yep,
But
yep.
Sam, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on out here to the TPV Nation. It's so good to have you back. And of
yeah,
course, you're with my good brothers over there at Richie B,
yep,
Banter with Richie B and Wojo. But I
yep,
do got to say, I know Richie B's listening to this podcast right now. And
yeah.
I got to tell Richie B and Wojo, guys gotta watch your step with the old Irish Bobby thing, because Bobby is getting heated up, and he might just end up in your backyard, brother. So that is a little quick message from Irish Bobby Clancy. Slow your roll, or you're going to get rolled.
Oh God. Oh no, he said I'm dead. That's funny. Yeah,
Of course, we're all talking about my brother, Michael John, co host of this show, who is taking a little break because wrestling is in his blood once again. And I am so excited about that. He is up
so
and down
cool.
the strip, just doing his thing. And I tell you, I cannot be more proud of him. And
Oh yeah.
we are actually going to go see him wrestle next month over in Canada here, of course. But he is,
Wow.
for anybody who is out in the Texas area, I'm going to do a shameless plug for my brother right now. NCG Wrestling is coming to Laredo, Texas in
Ooh,
May. I don't have the date at the top of my head right now, but you can go to ncgwrestling.com and find out the date. They have some amazing wrestlers already lined up for that. And I'll tell you, so if you're in the Texas area or live close to Texas and you want to see some good wrestling, head on down, see NCG Wrestling. And I'll tell you, you will not be disappointed. Some of the biggest crowds that I've seen for indie wrestling is with these guys
wow.
right here. And I don't say that just because my brother's there, because I love
Right.
him too. But they put on a good brand. So if you're
That's
a wrestling fan, go
awesome.
check those guys out.
Yeah.
But enough of that crap. Let's talk about Sam.
Oh
My
my.
God. And I got to publicly thank you personally for making such a kick ass intro for us. I love
Oh,
it. It
you're
is.
welcome.
I get feedbacks on that, and I
Yeah.
tell like go over to Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Check her out. If you want something done, go get it done by her because I'll
Thank
tell you,
you.
you've got it, and I
I
love it,
appreciate that.
and I thank you personally
Yeah, it was an honor.
for doing that for us. I love
Of
it.
course, of course. It was an honor to make that for your show.
Uh, so you've jumped into the podcast world. I see
I
you are
have.
and I want to welcome you because it is so good to see fresh faces and
Oh,
doing
thank
their thing
you.
out here. And
Yeah.
it's a scary leap. And
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, I know 5 years we've been doing this,
Yeah.
and it is. I still think back to day one, and I'm thinking, really, you want to see this on a video screen every week?
I
But you know what? We have some of the most amazing fans, and
yes.
I am appreciate of each and every one of them from day one to day now, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you. So just want to give a quick hello. We have your brothers on the side, Richie B and Wojo on the side over
Hello.
there,
Yep.
just talking it up over there. I'm
I
telling you,
know.
jeez.
Richie's talking about tickling his belly button.
I hope that's not a Clancy thing. I'm telling you, man. Oh, and we have Andrew, Andrew over on the side. So thank you, Andrew.
Yes. And G.
Another gentleman. I can't. Jeez, I wear glasses, but I still can't read.
Gene
Gene
to
Hawk.
Tree.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's so good to see you. So let's talk about you and all the amazing
Okay.
things you've been up to. You know, I love you're so diverse in the paranormal world. You know,
Right.
you bring so much to the table. Not just being a sweet little Southern girl, but
Oh.
you can know, and I mean
Right.
this is something that I've truly got to
Right.
learn about you. Sorry, I'm just
Right. No,
yeah.
you're fine.
Wojo and Richie, stop with all the comments.
I'm
No, I
Carrie
love
Ann
you
is
guys. Thank
doing
you.
this.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, I love talking about folklore because
Oh yeah.
it is it is one of those topics that no matter where you go,
Hmm.
it's always interesting to find the local folklore of that area.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I want you to talk a little bit about what it is about the folklore that draws you to it, and what makes it so fascinating for you and what you're doing.
Well, I just love, you know, I've always liked that topic. I've always liked, around here, North Carolina, we have several different kinds. Um, the biggest stories I hear around here, though, that really got me going is one, and it kind of got me going with paranormal. But we've got a place in I want to say it's Jamestown. And there's like this lady named Lydia. She's a lady in white. Supposedly, she was she was a real woman, or a young girl rather. She was going to prom, and then they got in a bad accident, and people see her all the time. Then we've got the Devil's Tramping Ground here, and so a lot of people see different things there. Fairies are big around there. Um, and then we have like the skinwalkers are big here for some reason.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah, they're really big here.
We're gonna circle back to that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am down a rabbit hole with stuff like that, similar to that right now.
Oh, yeah. I've got so many rabbit holes that I don't know.
Even Bugs Bunny to get lost in.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm in that one for a minute, and then I'll come out and I go back in that. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They truly are, and I mean
Yep.
the so I just got to give a shout out to Carrie Lynn
Yeah,
Shellhorn, who is in the room with us tonight. I love Carrie
she's so
Lynn.
sweet. I love her.
You know, she is such a darling, and I miss her so much.
Yeah,
We live within a few hours of each other, but yet I don't have the opportunity to go up and see her because that girl is always working. She's
right,
always got stuff going on. But
right.
I swear to you, Carrie Lynn, I'm going to make it up there. I will. I will.
Yes.
But yes, just had to give a big shout out to her because I
Oh, of
miss her
course.
so much.
Oh, yeah.
But Skinwalkers,
Yeah.
I think it's more or less the shape shifter part of it all.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, she is, or she is. I was just reading Carrie Lynn said there. She's, the shape shifting part.
Yeah.
So I just got turned on to a new show, and I don't know if how many people out there is watching. I mean, I know a lot of you guys in the States. We just got Hulu here in Canada because of Disney Plus. So
Oh,
there's a show on Hulu. It's called Out Crimes: The Paranormal Stories.
I've never heard of
So
it.
it is. It's like my new addiction. I love true crime stories, and I love, of course, I love the paranormal. But I mean, the very first episode that they did, they were talking about lizard people.
Oh,
Now, I don't know if you've ever heard, but this is cryptid. The cryptid side of lizard people, because normally when I start talking about lizard people, it usually ends up because they are a race of
right.
aliens. Like
Right.
they're called the, I think they're called the lizard or the reptilians.
Yeah.
But this is straight up cryptid. Um,
That's
and so yeah, it is really cool. So I'm diving down because I saw this episode, and there was a part of the episode of a story that I remember, and I want to say it was around 2010. It could have been a little bit earlier than that.
mm-hmm.
For people that live up in the Nashville area, you guys probably remember this quite well. It was a guy who drove his RV to downtown Nashville
Mm-hmm.
and blew it up in downtown Nashville. It made headlines all over the news everywhere. It was a crazy thing, and to see it on the news, you're like, oh, okay, so guy did something wrong, and
Right.
so yeah. But there's a whole backstory in the very first episode. Um, in in this episode, it was had to do with this RV blowing up in downtown Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to ruin it for everybody. If you want to watch it, please go watch the show. It's called Out Crimes: The Paranormal Stories. Go
Okay.
check it out. It's truly amazing. I'm on like episode 4 or 5, but
Yeah.
yeah, go check that out. It is truly amazing.
Yeah. I can check that
So
out.
yes, so shapeshifters and skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are more Native American.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're related to the Native American culture.
Right.
So I love that. So, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's fascinating when I read that you were into folklore. I was like, wow, I
Yeah.
just knew something about
I'm not.
Sam.
My hands are in different pots. um, I started when I started my channel in 2019. I wasn't sure where I was going with it. But I was like, okay, I just love the paranormal, and I had been to Zach Bagan's museum, and I was like, I could share my experience. I've been on the Queen Mary. I could share my experience. Um, just different things I wanted to share. So it was just kind of going that way, and then I try. I done a little bit of investigations myself, like paranormal investigations, but then things got got a little too real. And so I reeled that back in, and I was like, nah, maybe I will not do that. And I just stuck to, I'll just share other people's stories. And then I started Grand Canyon University Film School. And I was like, maybe I could make like little, like do stories and then put like this creepy stock with it. And I started doing that. So I've done a lot of different things, music videos, like, just so many things. But um, then my channel shifted a bit. My cousin went hunting a few years back. He went turkey hunting, and he was, he's been hunting since he was, I don't know, I mean, just a kid, like 10, I mean, just a long time. And he saw two uh figures that he couldn't figure out walking through the woods, and he was like, whoa. He's like, what is that? One, he was said one was about like 8 foot, one was about 6 foot, and they were black. It was just really dark. And he was like, he thought about, it could have been a bear, like some bears, but he was like, why would it be two walking on their hind legs and walking that far? That's not going to happen.
Right.
And so he started, he was like, this is Bigfoot. So when he told me that, I got in the car and drove and was trying to find 2 foots. That's right, Richie. 2 foot. So I drove to the area. It was driving down the road, like thinking I was gonna see it. I don't know what I was doing. And then that's when I found Richie. And so now it's like I've shifted to Bigfoot. And so now I have stuff happening in my yard, my backwoods. So this has been a wild ride.
So we'll blame Richie for sending Bigfoot to your backyard. Good going, Richie.
He just
It's like, go, leave me alone and go visit Sam.
Right. When I found him, Richie and Wojo's taught me so much, and I only knew about Bigfoot. I didn't know about like the structures and just all the little things. And then so when I started watching them, I started paying more attention to things, and then I started finding things in my woods, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
And so then I started doing my own research, and then they're like guiding me through all of this. And it's just it's amazing. It's crazy. And I never saw myself in the podcast world, like you mentioned, because I was just little old me by myself over here, and now I'm like in the Banter with Richie B podcast network, which is like the best. So yeah, it's crazy.
And I mean, it is easily to get drawn into, but it's good because now we have somebody else out there who, you know what, you are very knowledgeable. You're very good at what you do. So why not jump into the pool and just, talk about what it is that you do? And I mean, that is amazing. Like the Richie B Network, it is, I mean, banging. It's growing big, and I mean, I see, like, I try to tune in as much as I can.
Yeah.
Usually Saturday nights I am stuck at work because I'm strictly nights, but I try to have it on in the background a little bit low so that I mean, everybody at work already knows what I do. They already know that I'm the local weirdo around here.
Oh.
And but I live up to that. That's pretty awesome. But I try to tune in so this way here, because I love what you guys are talking about, and I try to tune into what you're doing as well because, like I said, it is scary at first when you get into it. It's like, do you really want to put your toes in this water? But it's well worth it. And like I said, I'm so happy that more and more people, people say, well, aren't you afraid that this competition thing? No, there is no competition between any podcast that I know personally, because you know what? We are one big happy family. We're brothers and sisters. We love each other. We support each other. And we are all here because, you know what? We all have something to say. And I'm so glad that you yourself have jumped in and are doing it. And I can't wait to see what more is going to happen because, like I said, you never know where. Carrie Lynn, you're right. We all grow together. And it's better. It's like the paranormal field. And I just had this conversation with Mr. Tim Shaw
Mhm.
about the whole paradrama crap, and
Yeah.
how people are in competition with each other. You know what? There's no way we are going to get ahead if we try to do this on our own, because this is not something we can do on our own.
Absolutely.
And the Bigfoot research, I mean, is bigger than ever right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I think since the pandemic, the Bigfoot situation has grown and outgrew the paranormal world. Like,
Oh
people
yeah.
are still talking about ghosts, but people are
Yeah.
more fascinated by what Bigfoot is doing and
Right.
aliens are doing and the skinwalkers are doing, and they're
Mhm.
worried about your local ghost that is haunting
Right.
the local
Yeah.
abandoned house down the road anymore. But I mean,
Yeah. It's very that's
still well needed though.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the paranormal area is really overly saturated, but it's still interesting. I'm still like infatuated with. I still love it. Um, because I actually, when I started reeling in back in from the paranormal, because it just got too real, and I've got kids. Like, this is not happening. I can't do that. So, but when I still go to places like the show 28 Days Haunted on
Yes.
Netflix. So the Madison Dry Goods, where Brandy came, the psychic medium, and stayed. I went there because I knew the whole story of that anyway. That's a big story around here. What happened with Charlie Lawson, and I just thought I would go and just kind of see, what would happen. And my microphone picked up all kinds of stuff. It was crazy.
Right.
Um, EVPs and stuff. So I still love that, but I just have found a new love with Bigfoot and learning more about that and this journey, because it is more connected to me. Because Sarah interviewed me one time and asked me, she said, why do you feel like you have such a connection with Bigfoot more than the paranormal now? And she got me to see it's because of my Cherokee, the native side. And she was like, see? And so we just started putting things together. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I'm loving this ride a lot.
Well, going off of how Sarah made you really think about what it was about the Bigfoot stuff that
Mhm.
got you totally diving in. You know, this is something that I talk about when I do my public speeches and stuff like that. Is that I don't believe any of us are here because we chose to be here. I
Right.
believe we are all here because the paranormal chose us in one way or another. Like the
Right.
Richie B's, the Ronnie LeBlancs of the world, something happened to them that Bigfoot caught their eye. And I mean,
Right.
with Ronnie, it did start in the paranormal as well.
Yeah.
But I truly believe we are all here because we were chosen to be here. And I get this a lot by talking to many people, not only inside the paranormal world, but outside the paranormal world, because people want to know what is it that we can see and do that they can't, and why can't they do it? And I'm always telling people it's not that we can't do it. It's just a matter you have to have the right mindset. You have to be open to it.
Mhm.
And it's all about a belief system as well. But
Mhm.
I just don't think not everybody has the ability
Oh yeah.
to do what it is a lot of us do. And
Right.
like, you got drawn into it, Richie B got drawn into it, Ronnie got Wojo got drawn in. And if you really sit back and you think about it, is why did I get into this? And it really boils down to is we had an experience, a
Mhm.
lot of us at a very young age, And from then on, but I believe if you have that at a young age, you
Mhm.
are more drawn into it as anything else. But I don't believe we chose to do this. I think it was chosen for us before we even thought about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely chose us. I know at like 5 years old, my mom, I mean, I know kids have imaginary friends. Like that's kind of common. But, I had one and she was just kind of like, because it was like too real to the point where she had to make my friend a plate of food. She had to buy my friend a gift, for like she had to have Christmas. She had like it just got so abnormally real, and she said it was just odd. And then one day, she kind of just went away, and my mom was like, where did Chastity? That was her name. She's like, where did Chastity go? And I was like, well, she got hit by a car and died. I don't know. And my mom's like, what? Like what? Like not just I don't know. I just don't play with her anymore. I don't. It was just weird. And then my first like paranormal experience was at 8 years old in an apartment we moved into, and it was crazy. Because that's where I saw like this shadow, the outline of this lady in front of my closet. I knew it was a lady. I could tell, but I couldn't see facial features, and it just scared me to death. And I ran to my mom. I was like, "There's somebody in my room," freaking out. She was like, "Oh, it's just a dream." I was like, "Absolutely not." Um, so then I become like this little mini, like little investigator, and I started, looking around the apartment at different things, and like, who is here? And then I asked our neighbor. I was like, at 8 years old, I'm sitting here. I need to know, like, why was this lady in front of my closet? And I asked her, I was like, did someone die in there? Like, and she was like, wait, that's odd. How did you know that? And sure enough, she's like, yeah, a lady passed away in there. She had a heart attack, and she actually was there for like 3 days before her daughter even found her. And I was like, oh, so that's why that when we got the apartment, everything was brand new. The paint was fresh, the carpet was brand, like everything was brand new. And yeah, I don't think she liked. I just didn't get a good vibe from this lady. Very
Right.
angry. Um, so and then from then on, me and my dad would have conversations in the car, like going somewhere. We would talk about ghosts. Then it went into aliens. Then it went into, well, what do big, like we would talk about all of it and try to like, it was great. So yeah.
So I want to get your perspective
Hmm.
because where do you think Bigfoot comes from?
Well, I think, I don't, I think he's flesh and blood. I think he's been here for since I don't even know. Like I think he's
Right.
always been here. Um and I'm not sure what, I cuz used to, cuz me and Wojo's had conversations where we talked about like the Nephilim, stuff like that. I don't think so now so much. Um I just think he's a creature that, for me personally, not everybody has to agree, but for me personally, God created, and he's just like us. He's just part of this world, like us,
Right.
and that's what I feel about him at the current moment, or them, excuse me, not. But that's what I feel about them at this current moment. But the thing with Bigfoot is they do put off frequencies
Yes.
because we've been noticing that. So, could he have? I don't know. It's just so
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to
Right.
like put it in a box. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, you're not right. There's no wrong answers in this world, and
Yeah.
it is just something that I love to ask a lot of people because you know talking to people like Richie B and Ronnie
Yes.
LeBlanc and
Yeah.
many others who are in the Bigfoot field. Excuse me. Just trying to, I believe, Bigfoot actually ascends humans
Hmm.
altogether. I believe they were part of this earth before.
Absolutely.
Uh, but it also goes back to, do we believe that aliens and Bigfoot are working together? Or because it seems like when there's one sighting, there's usually there's similar sightings close by.
Hmm.
That's always the discussion. And with that being said, because aliens go back as far as being drawn on tomb walls of Egyptian pyramids,
Right. Right.
and there are other symbols that are on there that could be made out to be similar to Bigfoot type creatures. So if we're
Absolutely.
talking way back to Egyptians, and I mean that goes back centuries,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, this is really not something new. This is everything that we come to discover, and it's being discovered more and more as more. I think architects find stuff. They find
Right.
other stuff that even famous paintings have had
Hmm.
alien type of ships in the drawings, and this is before probably people even knew what an alien was. They just like, you want to
Absolutely.
go back.
Yeah. I seen a art painting of I forget what, but there was like images of what would be considered Bigfoot, and then in Moab, Utah, there was people that found engravings like in the rocks that had Bigfoot, aliens, like just different. It was incredible. But yes, we do. Richie and Joe have found some really compelling things in the woods, in the lights. So yeah, absolutely. I think they can work along beside each other. It
Yeah,
seems that
no.
way. So
Well, like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. Or
right,
do we really know? No, we do not. We
no,
are we are just out here, people who are trying to put pieces to a puzzle together
just
that we
research.
may never know the answer to.
Hmm.
And maybe when we do, probably, like I said, I'm going to find out all the answers when I cross over to the other side, because
Exactly.
I think that's when everything will be more revealed. But
Right.
as for being on this earth to do the research, to doing everything, we can only speculate until, just like the aliens, until Bigfoot is ready to come face to face with humans and talk to us
Right.
in a way that, we will be able to understand the truth. But I
Right.
just, as much as the government wants us to believe that we're closer to being visited by aliens, still a
Yeah.
topic to be talked about, because like I said, it is. I don't know if the world's ready, and you know
Um,
what? I really hope that they truly don't, because I love the mystery more than, because
yeah.
it just like the paranormal. If we actually found out everything we needed to know about ghosts and everything, what
Right.
would we do? Like, do we just stop and go, okay, now what do we do?
Right. I mean,
Because I got the answer I wanted. I can just,
yeah.
but
So just yeah. I mean, I think we have. It's good we have like a blinder sort of like over our eyes, because if we could actually see, we would probably all have heart, like everybody would just be falling
yes,
over. But like with encountering like Bigfoot and stuff, so Ernie Davio is a big one that is a really good inspiration, and I would love to be in that position he was in, where he actually saw, like he got this artist that does actual like sketches for like the criminal, like criminal sketches.
oh, okay, yeah,
um he got this person to draw what he saw, and it is just incredible that he got that experience, and I would love one like that. um but I guess, like you said, Bigfoot, I guess you just have to be kind of like chosen
Right.
to.
And I mean, there are some investigators out there in the world that have had some pretty amazing interactions with
Hmm.
a Bigfoot family.
Oh yeah.
And I think that is like everything else. It is years of built up work and trust that
Yeah.
you are a trustworthy person, that your
Hmm.
intentions, but I also believe because a Bigfoot is part animal, just like our cats and dogs, they can tell people who are not good people and they can tell people who
Oh
are
yeah.
good people.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think the Bigfoot culture is kind of the same way. You can try to fool them and lie like, "Oh, I mean all but good intentions," but really in the back of your head is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you as soon as I see you." They
Oh
kind of know that because from what everything I've ever read about Bigfoot and the people I've been very fortunate enough to talk to, it's like they already know what's inside your head before you even know what's inside your head because
yeah. Hmm.
telepathy is their main
Hmm.
source of communication.
Yeah.
So if they
It's,
can communicate telepathically, they can definitely get inside your head, see
right.
what's roaming around in that little brain of yours
Right.
when you're trying to do one thing, but it's really you're really me have not good intentions. So that's
Right.
why I say the people that have been really fortunate enough to gain a bond with any, and I do believe there's many races or types of Bigfoot. I don't believe it's just one. I believe there's several different stuff. Like, I
Oh yeah.
mean, because when you go around the world, Bigfoot has a different name in every way, but they
Hmm.
don't all look the same.
Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree. I think they're different, much like us. And it's interesting when you said about the telepathy, because me and my dad were talking on the phone the other day, and I was bringing up to him, the research that I'm doing. And because he's kind of, he wants to get on board, I can tell, because my cousin, literally his nephew, uh, knows what he saw. He shared his story over and over again, and it's the same exact way every single time. And you can feel his emotion when he is sharing that story. And so with what I'm doing, it's kind of like pulling my dad in. He's like, oh, okay, and he's thinking, his wheels are turning. And so
Right.
when we were talking the other day, he said, "Well, he said, let me ask you this." He's like, "So, he said, I've seen so many instances of stories, where people, even if when they're out hunting, they got their gun. Like my cousin had his gun. He's like, when they see whatever they're looking at, why is it that they can't just, you know?" And
Right.
I'm like, well, since you said that, so he said they almost go into like a freeze response. He said, I would think that you would go in more of like, oh my gosh, protect yourself, but you go in a
Right.
free, like people, they freeze, and they don't know what to do, and they got a weapon. They could literally just, he's like, they could literally take it down and have proof. And I'm like, because I think Bigfoot has that way of making them just, they,
Yeah.
stopping them. I don't, it's a thought.
No, absolutely. I believe that if they can control your brain or get into your brain,
Hmm.
it's, but also too, I mean, I know for me, and if I was to encounter Bigfoot or an alien, and I mean, I have done this with ghosts when I've encountered a live apparition standing in front of me,
Right.
your body just kind of shuts down because I think for one, you don't believe what you're actually looking at.
Right, there's that
You
too,
know,
yeah.
you know, it's like when you drive past a car accident.
Yeah.
You're driving and you want to look, but you can't stop looking, but you can't stop driving. But
Right.
most people, it's just like, how many
Right.
of us have a cell phone on us when we are in the middle of the woods?
I know.
Why don't you take out your camera and take a photo?
Right.
Because we're just in awe of what we're looking at. It's
Right. Right.
like,
Right.
you could have a big gun in your hand, but you're just
Yep.
like, am I truly looking at what I'm
Right.
looking
That's
at?
true. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, even myself, the very first time I saw a full body apparition, I had a fully functional camera in my hand. I could not raise it up because my mind is like, wow.
Oh
And I
my.
was just like
Right.
communicating and thinking to myself, it's like, you kind of forget everything you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
But you're not
Yeah.
scared. You're not, because
Yeah.
if you're scared, you would run. You wouldn't shoot. You would just run.
Right.
In my eyes, anyways.
Yeah.
I know I think differently than a lot of people because I'm from Canada. We don't have guns over here. Well, we
Oh,
do,
right.
but not as
More like
commonly
yeah.
known as everybody in the United States.
Right. Right.
But it. But still, the thing is, it's like, yeah, why didn't he shoot at Baby? Because he was frozen, not believing what he was actually looking at.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you talk to a lot of people who have been doing research on Bigfoot for many years, like
Mhm.
Ronnie's been over probably close to this point 2 decades.
Mhm.
And it's just like in that moment, you're just like, if somebody else does not have a camera already going behind you, you ain't capturing it because
Right.
you're not thinking about, oh, I should pick up my camera and photograph this because
Yeah.
you're in awe, you're in shock, and this is what your body goes through.
Yeah. Right. And I hear a lot of people say, even when people do get their manage to like film or whatever, it's always grainy, and everybody's like, oh, you never can get a clear image and all this stuff. Because I mean, I think it's their frequencies.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
literally when like even Richie, like when they're out there, we've had like they'll hear this, they hear sounds. Richie had one he could see like go in the corner of his eye go by, like it was correct. He saw, well, that's what we assume it was.
Right.
But his camera, it always gets all like, freaking out, glitchified, and we were like, oh, they're nearby. We can always tell. And so, yeah, I don't.
Yes. No. And I mean, that is it. I mean, even hunters' cameras that are up in trees that are getting photographs
Mm,
of a Bigfoot. And I mean, there's nobody holding it.
mm-hmm,
It's very steady. It's strapped to a tree.
mm-hmm,
If those can't even get, but yet you see the crystal clear deer shot, you see
mm-hmm,
the raccoon or the bear walking
right,
through the woods, clear
right,
shot.
mm-hmm,
Why is it that the Bigfoot is not the clear shot? And I do believe, yes, they are on a frequency that can manipulate electronics so that
oh, yeah,
they can never get a clear shot of them. The
mm-hmm,
ones, I mean, it is so. I imagine you are the perfect person to talk to about this, but the AI things that are all
yeah,
coming out now, it
yeah,
is absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. It's getting really bad.
You're not doing the paranormal field any favors by sitting behind your keyboard creating an AI video
I
of a
know.
Bigfoot walking into the woods
Yeah,
because it's crystal clear.
mm-hmm, yeah.
What are the chances that that's going to happen?
I
I
know.
mean, like I said, and you know a lot about videography, you work with
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So what is your stance on this whole AI thing? And
Oh,
please, like talk about how much damage you're actually doing to the research that is going on that is legitimate.
oh my goodness, it's doing a lot of damage. See, I mean, AI, like there is like pros and cons with AI. Like it can be really helpful in some areas. Like I've used it with some things, and but when it comes to like this stuff with like the research and being able to differentiate what is real and what is not in videos, like it's mind blowing to me that I can watch something and I like even my mom, like she has watched something and sent it to me like, oh my god, and I'm like, that's not real. Like that is not real.
Yeah.
But it's damaging because I don't know. I just think it's causing confusion, and it's putting out false things, and it's really making it difficult for the ones like us that are out there trying to show you genuine research. It's just I don't really like it. And it's coming for all of our, the digital creators and stuff. It's coming for our work too.
Yeah.
Because literally everybody could just say, well, I can just go over here on AI and just create this, and
Right.
it's not,
Yeah. No. And
yeah,
I tell people quite often, you know, yeah, I get AI is the new thing. It's coming. There's nothing we can do to stop it.
no,
But
yeah,
unfortunately, you got a bunch of posers
yeah,
who want to be, oh, get my 15 seconds of fame out there because I'm going to post this video and make everybody believe it's real.
yeah,
You're not doing yourself any justice because, in the end, us, the people who've been eyes deep into this for many years, like me, 20 years plus in the paranormal world,
yeah,
um, you got to understand there are more people out here that understand technology better than the people who are creating this stuff.
yeah,
That the trained person is going to know right off the bat within 2 seconds of that clip running
yeah,
that is fake. I
yeah,
mean, I get my emails are flooded every day. Oh, look at this apparition I caught. Dude, that is the most fakest thing I've ever seen because ghosts don't move like that. I mean,
yeah,
I've never seen a ghost move like that. So why would I believe in it when I can clearly see that it just does not it and I mean to me I just don't feel it's real. And I'm not too shit on anybody who's doing it. The amateur people that are out there and who are in coming into it, all I say is respect the field, do the work.
yeah,
Don't try to create something because you want 100 views or 100 million
yeah,
views
the
on
same,
something
yeah,
because at the end of the day if it's not real somebody's going to tell you it's not real. And I only release stuff that I welcome criticism for. If you can tear it apart, so be it. But
right,
I'll tell people I am the most dumbest person in the world and AI is not my thing.
yeah. I don't care for AI at all, and it's just it really is making it hard for just not even with any of the you know paranormal or like it's just making it harder for us creators. And I've thought about it so many times. I'm like, wow, like okay, logos. I take a lot of time to make logos
Yeah.
and put a lot of heart in it. But now you can just literally go to Chat GPT or go to AI and tell it what you want, and there it is. It's kind of sad,
Well,
but
it is, but the thing is though, I mean, the logos you created, the logos I've created, yeah, we put a lot of heart and soul
yeah,
into our minds.
hmm,
Yeah, Chat TBT or
yeah,
GBT it was made it so much easier.
yeah,
But you know what? When I create something, I love it,
yeah,
and I hope the person I created for loves it as well. And
right,
it's meaningful because as much information you can give AI to create something for you,
Mhm.
it's never going to be the same amount of passion that it has when you do it yourself and
Right.
take the time to learn. Like I said, I could tell by our intro video, you
Yeah.
really thought about it.
Yeah.
I gave you a description of what the paranormal voice is about. I didn't tell you what to do with it. I left it in your hands because I believe in your passion and I seen your work and I'm like, if
Yeah.
anybody's going to nail it, you're going to nail it and you did exactly that and then some.
Yeah.
So I could see the passion that came out of you creating that video and all the other videos you've created in the short films
Oh
you've put out there. It's passion and you can't fake passion and AI can't fake passion for you. So
yeah.
if you're truly passionate about what it is you're doing,
Mhm.
don't use AI to
Right.
further your passion because
Right.
it's not. AI is a tool.
Yeah.
I know it's a lazy
It's a
man's
quick
tool
fix.
right now.
Yeah. 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 It is. It is. I've done it with even with my like thumbnails or whatever. I'll be like, oh shoot, and I'll be like, I'll just get one up real quick. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's a time and place for everything, but
yeah.
for everybody that is loading the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the TikToks with all these AI generated
Mhm.
paranormal bullcrap is truly got to think, who am I benefiting? Because it's
Right.
not you, because you're not fooling the people that are been doing it and that are hearing who are passionate about what it is we do.
Mhm.
And coming from somebody like Sam, who I'm glad that we got to talk about AI,
Oh.
uh, because I know as somebody who creates films, you know, if it was that easy, why is Hollywood paying all these millions of dollars to all these high profile actors when they can have somebody behind a keyboard create a whole movie out of AI and not have to pay a freaking dime besides the person who sat behind that computer,
There
right?
you go. Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
everybody would be out of a job, actors would be out of a job, musicians would be
Oh
out of
yeah.
a job. It is that easy, but you know what? We got to stop and think about it, people. Like, there are some stuff that if you want to create a business logo for it, so be it. If you're
Right.
happy
Right.
with that kind of thing, it's generated, it's random, but just know that somebody else can go out there and create it. Can somebody go out there and create my logo? Absolutely.
Right.
But the thing is, it's not going to be the same because I know the difference between my logo and everybody else's.
Right. Right.
You know,
That's right.
and and I'm very and I love the branding, and that's what I look at. Sam's Pretty Paranormal is a really cool brand.
Thank
Your
you.
creation studios is a really cool brand, and you're branding yourself, and you're passionate about it, and you should love it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
hopefully, these AI people kind of get the hint and go, okay, well, let's focus on something like creative, but don't call it real.
Right.
If you're gonna
Right.
do it, don't call it real. Don't say this is real footage because somebody
Oh
out
yeah.
here is gonna know, and especially like the
Yeah.
Sams of the world who create videos for a living.
Yeah, it's obvious, people. If you really just look, it's very obvious.
Go take a couple video courses. You'll see that
Oh
how
yeah,
obvious it really looks.
right. Yeah, yeah. Really
uh,
causing a lot more arguments too. That's yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's
yeah.
awful.
No, it is, and so yeah,
Hmm.
so I'm glad I got this opportunity to talk to AI with you because
Yeah,
if anybody out here and anybody who comes on this show would know a lot is somebody who is in it and doing it. And
yeah.
hey, if Steven Spielberg wants to come on my show and talk about it as well, I'll be more than happy.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Right. Love to
uh,
see me talk.
but coming from a content creator as
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
it is very interesting to get your thought on this and dig into your mind. So people, yes, follow Sam and all the work that she's doing and
Oh, I appreciate that.
catch her over on Richie B. I'm going to give you the next however long you want to promote everything you're doing, where people can find you, if people want intros done, logos done, whatever kind of work. I want you to promote the hell out of yourself right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you can find me here on YouTube and Sam's Pretty Paranormal, and I am part of the Richie B podcast network. And so you'll find me dabbling over there on Banter with Richie B. I am on Facebook, Sam's Pretty Paranormal, and you can contact me there to do logos if you like, or like intros, outros. I also have a Facebook page, Sam's Pretty Productions, and a YouTube channel for that. And that's where you'll see all of my music videos, weddings, basketball highlight reels. Like I'm got my hand in so many different pots, and whatever you need, just message me and I can help you out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there any time we are going to see possibly Sam doing any speaking engagements?
I don't know if somebody wants me there, I'll try to be there. That would be really cool to be a part of something.
Absolutely. I think you would be a great addition to any event, because like I said, if people really had the opportunity to sit down and talk with you and pick your brain and just how knowledgeable you are.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Wojo. You're the best. And I'm sure Clancy's going to tune at some time. I believe he's at work right now. That's why he hasn't messaged into the show. But Sam, it's been such a complete honor to talk to you. I hope to have you back again.
Absolutely. I would too.
You know, we always have a great time talking, and I know just like Richie and Wojo, I hope to actually physically meet you in person one day when the opportunity is right, because I love to meet all my friends and get down and to say hi and hang out and talk shop with everybody, because I tell a lot of people that are not with me and that are not a part of my paranormal circle. I'm like, if you guys actually sat down and listened to a conversation we have when we're all together, you guys like, wow, this is like a group that's all ready for the loony bin. Because we think it's completely normal talk. But other people are like,
oh God,
why the hell? You know, and I always give the greatest example. Like, we were at the UFO Contact convention a few years ago, and of course Michael John came up with, who would win in a fight, Bigfoot or Dogman? I would tell you, we shut down the bar with that conversation. We thought it was going to be a short conversation, but we had so many people chiming in. What people walk by will be like, hey, what do you think? They would jump in. And of course, the one person we wanted their opinion on it was not around to be found. And it was so hilarious because we're like the one Bigfoot expert here and we can't find him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think Bigfoot's got that in the bag.
You know, but that's the kind of conversations we have when we're together. Yeah. We think that's a normal conversation. Other people are like, no, you guys are just a bunch of crazy people talking. Yeah. But thank you. It's been a pleasure. So yes, once again, catch Sam over on the Richie B Network with her podcast. Go follow her YouTube channel. Go follow her over on her Facebook and all of her social media pages. Guys, if you want something done, definitely reach out to her. 100% endorsement from the Paranormal Voice. I love what she does, and I'm so happy that our intro is because of this fine lady right here. So guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. Not sure if I'm going to have a show next week. Actually, I know I'm not going to have a show next week. I have to work next week. But the week after that, I have... Let me pull up my calendar.
While he does that, please check out my friends, my family, Wojo, Gene. Please check out their shows, and of course Richie's show. I love those guys. They're literal family now. So okay, sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely check out Banter with Richie B. Yes. Like that show. It is very entertaining, and I love Richie B and Wojo. Those guys, I love those guys. Brothers till the end, and I'm sorry, guys, you're stuck with me. Huh?
That's right.
But coming up on the 29th, I do have from Potographs, I have Tim and Lauren talking about the upcoming Potographs here in Michigan up at Holt Lake. Coming up April 24th and 25th. So if you guys are in the Michigan area, definitely get your tickets for Potographs. It is the 20th birthday party for Murray. Of course, that's what Potographs is all about, is Murray's legacy. So guys, Tim and Lauren Malley are going to be on the show. So check that out on the 29th. So no show next Sunday because I have to work. Stupid work gets in my life. One day I hope to make it as a famous podcaster like Richie B.
Absolutely.
So guys, that's gonna do it for me. Sam, thank you so much. I love you, girl. Take it.
Thank you.
Be strong, and I look forward to what you got coming out. And guys, like I said, I will be back on the 29th with another amazing set of guests. In the meantime and in between time, as my lovely co-host says, happy hauntings.